In the fight against terrorism, violent extremism and radicalization, we have realized that the terrorists, the violent extremists and the radicalizers have targeted mainly our youth in the learning institutions. Now, in reaction, in response, as a country that value the role of the youth, because this is at the bedrock and the foundation of this country, the Ministry of Education and the National Counterterrorism Center came up together and involved other stakeholders, came up with this document. It has taken us 2 years for the document to come through, to see it come out. Kenya is always number one. And even in this field, Kenya is the first in the world to come up with a book which is authenticated by the government and owned by the stakeholders in the ministry to talk about the prevention of violent extremism and radicalization in the learning institutions.
We will not advocate corporal punishment as such, as parents, because corporal punishment will we've seen before that it injures our children. Others have lost sights, body harm, and of course, it's against the children's right. 2001. It's also against the 2010 Constitution. Also in the Basic Education 2013, it's not allowed. Corporal punishment is not allowed. So as parents of this country, we are saying we want to have a new way of disciplining our children. Especially, we should create a democracy that they should be understood. They should be heard. And anything that they have contributed in, our children should be accountable for what they have agreed. Any change that is made in school should have the involvement of our children. Because if we change a timetable of entertainment from 7 to 2 in the afternoon, it could bring some effects. That is why most of them had some school unrest. What matters most to us is the safety of our children. And I should say, as a chair of the Parents Association, that we are now heading the right direction since we have this book. This book will go a long way in assisting us to understand more the early signs and the drivers of our children to go into this violent extremism. We've learned that there are so many pillars that can make our children go into violent extremism. And we are willing, as parents of this country, to work together to see to it that our children use their time in learning instead of engaging in other things, that are the vices that will not help them at all. And in fact, these are the vices that keep our parents in fear all the time. Because if you imagine your child will never come back again, and we use a lot of resources. Imagine from BB1 to Form 4 or the university, then all of a sudden you lose your child. Very unfortunate.